we should be good. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakabadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. And salutations and much love to you, the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. All right, it's January, or December 31st, damn near January. But it's the New Year's Eve of destruction. All right, the last day of 2020, which has been the year of what? The year of prophecy. All right, so tonight in a couple hours here, we're gonna find out what the Lord is gonna lead the year through this, through Apostle Tahar. So things is not gonna get better. You hear there's people who can't wait to get out of the year 2020. Like all of a sudden things is gonna change when the ball drops, right? So what the people feel or realize is it's only gonna get worse. So we're gonna start off in 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and 50.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. Ezekiel chapter 7. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come." So like the brother was just talking about, man, that's what's coming. All right, that's what's here. The end, death. Okay, with the world called the Grim Reaper, it watches for thee, man. All right, what death is lurking around the corner for you people. Because that's what's coming upon the planet Earth. This live, I checked it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you look, it's coming aboard?
Yeah.
Yep, right there at the bottom right. Yeah, that little...
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But that's what's coming upon the Earth, man. All right? Judgment, death, destruction, all right? That is what the Lord just said here. Thus said the Lord, power and evil and only evil, bad times, man. You niggas just thinking, yo, let's do away with 2020.
Yeah, that goes just like, not to y'all, but that goes to show you the mentality of people that like all of a sudden the year is gonna change according to Esau's calendar, and then things are gonna change. Things are gonna be better. Bro, I seen a commercial earlier today for CNN. And they were saying, oh, the vaccine is here. Hopefully 2021 won't be bad. Yeah, bro, it was like a whole little commercial of a song. I was like, man, if people actually eating this up, they're like, oh yeah, 2021 is going to be the year where, it's going to be bad. Man, y'all have no idea what 2021 is going to give you, man.
Hey, we was watching earlier today here in this county that we in Pasco County. They just actually started rolling out the vaccines today. And you had some old folks, 65 and up, getting a vaccine, and they interviewed this old man. He said, "We just ready to be able to enjoy our lives now." Y'all people don't, like your brother said, man. All this jingle jabble bullshit that y'all doing circles around, it ain't coming, man. Like the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. And that's exactly what's coming. You guys keep talking about, oh, things are gonna get better. We're gonna be safe with this vaccine. No, man, you ain't gonna be safe, man. You've had a couple of reports, just come up within the last couple of days of people who've gotten the vaccine who got COVID now.
8 days later, testing positive.
So what do you actually say from that? See, Esau is deceiving you, man. Mm-hmm. Esau is deceiving the people because he knows that he has but a short time.
And that's why he's giving you false hope. Because he's about to come down with that great wrath of pursuing the Revelation 12. Right? But that was it on that you had, Ezekiel?
Yeah. I mean, it could go a little bit, but
you get that.
Want to start with this one.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them.
Yeah, so real quick. Many great miseries shall be done to them. So keep that in mind. This is coming out of the Holy Bible. This is many great miseries shall be done to them. Go ahead.
Reading on. That in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right. So we in the latter times, and people are walking on the world right now. The people that are hoping 2020 to be over with, they over there celebrate, in their homes.
Shooting fireworks.
Yeah, shooting fireworks from the driveway. They can't wait for 2020 to be over and 2021 to come in because they think it's going to somehow get better. But the Lord just said that many great miseries, right? This is the word for miseries, which I go to the word misery, okay, which miseries is plural for misery. It says this is from the 14th century, so it's going to go back, all right? So we'll start with the 14th century. It says misery, state of grievous affliction, condition of external unhappiness. So this is what you're seeing right now take place, not just here in America, but throughout the whole earth, man, throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, a condition of external unhappiness. People are disgruntled. They don't know what to do. They hate their lives right now. They can't wait till the new year comes in. All right, it says miserable situation, misfortune, distress. People are distressed right now. They want the $600. They want to go back to normal. They're in a miserable a misfortune, a miserable situation. And then it says wretchedness. It says wretched, pitiable. But here's the root word. It says see miser. It says meaning condition of one in great sorrow or mental distress. So why is everybody bugging out? Because mentally they're not stable. What the scriptures say in Isaiah 33:6, now Jerusalem shall be the stability of thy times. The reason why the men of the Lord are cool as cucumbers is because what? We know we're not in the mental distress. We know what's going on, what's happening, and we know it's not going to get better. All right, we actually comforted with seeing these things happen because we know that it's prophecy. All right, and the more and more prophecies take place, the more and more we know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, and here it is at the end of 2020. We 1 year closer to the kingdom of heaven now. You know, we could be out of here in a matter of months, man. That's how serious this situation is. The miserable situation is that we that close to the kingdom of heaven for Yahweh to come back and nuclear destruction, man. Mark of the beast is here. We're not waiting for the mark of the beast. It's already here. Now it's a matter of time before it's mandatory upon the whole earth, man. The hour of temptation.
Yeah, because the scriptures say that knowledge shall be increased. You know, because Esau had the technology for the chip for a while ago, but now he has the infrastructure. You know, and that's what's getting ready to implement going to his new world agenda. You know, try to fulfill that in the short amount of time he has left in his kingdom. You know? But I can go into the fig tree. This is Matthew chapter 24, and start at verse 32. It says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh." You know, so pretty much going into time of the harvest. You know, think about a fig tree. You know, when it's time to pluck it, you know, it lumps, it drops down. You know, the color changes. You know.
Yeah, and also the Lord likens the figs unto the missiles, man. Okay. The way they arch coming down, you know, the same way the missiles are gonna come. You know, so the Lord, man, he always used those symbolic or parables, so to say, because ultimately it's not for everybody. This is only for those that were given the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to receive this truth. And so now these last times, you wondering why these people in these miserable situations, they taking on great miseries while we over here rejoicing in the times, and they want 2020 to be over with. Why? Because they can't understand the mysteries of the Lord. It wasn't given unto them. Go ahead, Alvin.
Yep. I'll read again. Matthew 24, verse 32. It says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh." You know, so going into prophecies, you know, because ultimately that's what it is. We're watching and waiting for prophecy, because that's entirely to show that our power is alive.
You know, it goes into being a watchman. You know, because all right, well, shit, you know, the tree's doing what it do. Like now I know what season we in. You know, like the Lord said, "You ye hypocrites, you discern the signs of the times." You know.
It said what the harvest is the end of the world. You know, so going into
which is the reapers coming back. You know, which is the angels. You know, Yahweh first and foremost. Go ahead.
Verse 33 says, "So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors."
That's right. What's near at the door, man? The return of Yahweh, man. Here it is. He said, "Look, before all these things, because at this point, you know, going up in that chapter, he said, these things must come to pass. It's not the end. These things have been coming to pass, so we at the end. We're not waiting on this, that, and the third. Really, what we waiting on is the mark of the beast made mandatory on the earth in World War III. Those are the two main prophecies that we just waiting on. The earthquakes is happening. Upwards of the people, they happening. Everything the Lord said will be happening before his return is happening. World War III is brewing as we speak. It's been brewing up, but now it's getting very intense in the Middle East out there. The tensions is thick. All right, the uproars of the people is worldwide. All right, this was the year of uproars in America, man. Right along with the pestilence. All right, or the man-made, whether man-made or not, the agenda, so to say, you know, of the Most High is being pushed forward, man. So we understand because what we can see. We've been given the eyes to see and the ears to hear that this is the time Yahweh Shai was talking about. We're literally living in the times Yahweh Shai was speaking to the disciples at this time. We're living in them days, man. Go ahead,
It's verse 34, Matthew 24 and 34. It says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled."
Yeah, so he wasn't talking about those people that was living right there in that very time. Because they all died. That was 2,000 years ago. But then guess what? That same generation is back here today. All right? So all these people that you see today, because they'll say, oh, well, they've been saying that since my grandma. Oh, well, maybe the Lord will come back when my great-grandkids are born. No, the Lord said this generation shall now pass. That generation he was talking about is the same generation that was scoffing at him, all right, and brought him up unto persecution, you know? This generation ain't going to pass till the word of the Lord be fulfilled. Okay? Go ahead.
So verse 35, it says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away." So we're going into the last generation, Generation Z, because you people, think a new year is to say we're going to the kingdom spirit. There's no accountability. You're just gonna skip on. Now it's a whole blank slate. And what you're gonna do in the same, you're gonna keep going off and filling up the sins up to that. So what is the Lord gonna do ultimately? But the point of time we'll come into is He's gonna start judging.
And the scripture says, "Judgment shall begin at my house." Roughly paraphrasing, will be to them that obey not the gospel. So shit is about to get miserable out here for a lot of people, man. The majority of the earth is about to go through tumultuous times or perils. That's what I say in the last days shall be perils, great perils. Okay, because people are being lovers of themselves. Look at the society that Esau has created, man. Just cancer. These people are actually cancer, parasites, man. What do you do when you don't just let a parasite roam around, a leech? You got a fucking tick the size of a damn grapefruit on your knee. What, you gonna let him chill? You're just gonna let him live? No, you gotta kill that motherfucker. And this is what the Lord's gonna do with the parasites of this world, man. First and foremost, Esau, all right? The 2/3 of our people. All right, this is why the Lord is bringing these great miseries, man. These Montumanuous times. All right, a time like no other, and you about to see 2020 was just a lead up, man. This is the 2020 was just the preliminary rounds, man. The main event is coming, and y'all think that the show is over. It's about to get real out here. It's about to be all niggas throwing chairs into the crowd and shit. You know what I'm saying? No holds bar match. Niggas throwing ladders, chairs, and niggas in the audience bleeding and shit. This is what we get into, man. You got the first fight was crazy. Oh, this nigga got thrown over the ropes, and they had to carry him out in the stretcher. Man, do you not know that niggas in the audience about to get carried out in stretchers, man? The whole building gonna collapse on this main event. You got more on that?
I got a quick one to go with what the brother just read. Read that last precept again.
This is Matthew 24 and verse 35. It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away."
Yep, the words shall not pass away. Going back to Isaiah 55 and 11. My words shall not return unto the Lord. The Lord's words shall not return unto him void. Okay. But real quick, this is just to go with that precept brother just read. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. 2 Peter 3:9. "The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness." So the Lord, and that's pretty much the point, but the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, man. The Lord said that judgment was coming in these last days. He gave us signs. He gave his only begotten Son the signs, who gave it unto his men. Which the brothers reading in Matthew 24, when you read up above, the disciples asked him, "When shall be the sign of that coming and of the end?" And then he gave them the list. You shall find with deceivers, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. All right, the famines, pestilences, uproars of the people. Okay, earthquakes in diverse places, and we see we're not seeing that happen. We've seen it happen. Meaning those signs have already passed for a very long time now. Okay, before some brothers be even in this truth. Those signs have been started, man. Because remember, Yahushua came on the scene and the end came.
That's when it started.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when it started. It's just been a downhill slope for Esau, man. Yep. Even though, because Esau wasn't. See, this is the thing. Esau was in power when Yahushua was on the scene. Then he was taken out. The beast was wounded. But then what? Now when Yahushua returns again, the same niggas that was in power is gonna be the same niggas that is in power when he returns, man. And that's why he said even them that pierced him, every man shall see him. Spirit, end of days. But read that last verse again. I got something to back that up.
It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right. So the point being, the slackness of there's no slack with the Lord, right? He don't just say things like a lot of our people do. Right? This is Numbers 23:19. Numbers 23:19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? The Lord said he want to destroy America. All right. The Lord said that he gonna bring salvation to 1/3 of Israel. The Lord said he gonna bring Esau down. So what? He said it and he ain't gonna do it now. He gonna renege on the contract now? Look, the man is a man of his word. All right, he's just like his son was. He was an austere man. He was a man. An austere man is a man of his word. What he says, that's what he gonna do. All right, what he tells you, that's what he would do. So when the Lord is telling you these things, he's not lying. That's why it is the prophecies, because what? It was things spoken from the beginning that were going to happen throughout time and at the end. Literally the whole existence, the whole story, the whole history, whatever you want to call it, it's all been spoken about, leading up right up to the happily ever after, man, for the nation of Israel, beginning with Yahushua and his elect. Okay, but that was it on that.
Yeah, I'll keep so the point, going to how could the Lord be slack if he literally set the appointment to when he's going to return? He can say noonday, meaning destruction, the time of destruction, which we're coming into. That's when he said he's going to return, with all the stuff that he said was going to happen. When brothers going to the falling away. Okay, that's when the Lord's going to return. So ultimately, again, our people aren't watching. But here we'll go back here. It's Matthew 24 and verse 36. And Spirit, Matthew 24 verse 36 says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man."
No. We'll go. Keep going.
It says of 36. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only."
Yeah, so nobody knows the day the Yahushua is gonna February 8th, the Lord's gonna be coming back at 8 p.m. So we're gonna be on the 3rd of February we're gonna get right. Not even Yahushua knows the exact moment he's gonna come back. Go ahead.
Verse 37 says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Verse 38, "For as in the days that were before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be."
That's right. So Noah didn't know the day it was gonna rain. Nobody knew. But wait, when it rained, that was it. So the same way that took place is going to be the same way the day of the Lord takes place, man. All right, it's just going to come at of an instant, man. That's why the scripture say the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. The thief don't leave a letter in your mailbox saying, "Hey, I'm gonna come at January 8th and 12:30 to 12:45." Like UPS gives you a message saying we'll be there from 1 to 3 o'clock. The Lord gonna come a thief in the night. I don't want to say unannounced because he's been unannounced. He's been announced through the prophets, but it was an invitation, so to say, given out to everybody. You just had to receive it if the Lord allowed you to receive it, right? But that goes into going farther back over. The brother was reading about the fig tree. You know, you can tell the season is changing, right? But what Noah knew, I'm sure Noah in his spirit, he was like, all right, this shit about to go down. You know, he finished the boat. What do you think he finished the boat and picking up? Yeah, exactly. Shit was happening. He was, oh shit, I ain't built this boat for no reason. So what? You know, you're gonna know what's about to go down. You got more on that?
I can keep reading.
Let me get this real quick, and you keep reading. This is Luke 12, because it's going into that time, or you know, perceiving it. So to say, or understanding the times, all right? Well, matter of fact, hey, get that real quick. So get that. You got 9, right?
Yeah, got 9.
Read that first verse real quick.
Okay. Yeah. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
Right, and that's the job of watchman, and not just of a watchman, but somebody that's a shepherd, somebody that's somebody that you know, runs the vineyard. Someone that runs the vineyard, you know, somebody that attends to anything. You have to be vigilant. You have to be watching. Because if you're a shepherd and it's about to be a snowstorm and you ain't been paying attention, the damn sheep are gonna die. Like, remember you said the cow died out there because that was the shepherd. Whoever is supposed to be taking care of that cow, he fucked up. He didn't bring them in. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Reading on, it says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's right. So now through the signs of the times, we're able to perceive that this is what Yahweh was talking about, right? But what is going back to being a diligent watchman, all right? Or what say diligent? What's the times diligently?
No,
is that what
the time diligently.
The time diligently, right? The times, what's happening, what's taking place. Look what's going on in the earth right now, man. All right. So just bring this out, and then we'll go back to that Matthew. This is Luke 12 and 54. Luke 12 and 54, and he said, and this is Yahweh speaking, and he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say there cometh a shower. And so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? Brother, just ready. Diligently watch the times, right?
Yeah, time diligently.
You measure the times diligently. Here it is. You can say, "Oh, wait, shit, it's gonna rain in 3 days from now," but you can't tell that the Lord is about to come back. You know, you're not measuring the times diligently, man. You're not paying. You don't even know what prophecy is. If you're not coming with the doctrine that the apostles have given down to us through the Spirit of power of Yahweh Shemashai, you have no idea what the hell is going on, man. All right. If you teaching anything contrary to what we teaching, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, then you have no idea what's coming. All right. And it's because you're a hypocrite, you know? Go ahead, though.
It's Matthew 24, we're at verse 40. Yeah, Matthew 24 and 40, it says, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 men shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
Yeah, so the Lord's saying these things, because that's red letter, ain't it? That's Yahweh speaking.
Yeah, Yahweh speaking.
So the Lord is using these examples to show you that, look, this is going to be a division. There's going to be some men are going to be saved, but at the same time, the next man ain't going to be saved. So the Lord is making a distinction. All right? Because when the Lord returns, they're going to separate the sheep from the goat. First and foremost, separate Esau. But wait, 2/3 of our people are considered heathens. That's why you see they got that term Judas goat. Judas was an Israelite, but this nigga was a goat. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 42 says, watch therefore, For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Yeah, so what? If he would have been measuring the times diligently, watching, being on his watch as a man of the house, he read it again, because he would have done something about it. But if you just bullshit and chilling on the recliner, on the hammock, swinging back and forth, slipping on my top, what did the Apostle Rakah say? Sipping lemonade in the shade. If he wouldn't have been bullshitting, all right, he would have been prepared, all right, because that's what we on our watch. We waiting for the Lord to come back. Meanwhile, the people don't want the Lord to come back because they want it. What they saying? They can't wait to get out of 2020 so we can go back to normal. They don't want the Lord to come back. If they wanted the Lord to come back, they say, man, the hell with 2020 and make 2021 bring more destruction. And may the Lord come in this year, you know.
Because ultimately it's the will of the Lord. So you should want the will of the Lord to come to pass. Because if you want anything outside of what the Lord wants, then like brother's saying, man, you wicked. You don't know a damn thing. You don't know what's coming. Because the Lord has blinded you. And ultimately the majority of the earth has been blinded. Alright? That's why the Lord said, blessed are your eyes for ye see, and blessed are your ears for ye hear. Okay? So, hey, the majority of the earth is getting ready to be caught like a thief in the night. That's why the scriptures specifically say that the day of the Lord is as a thief in the night, man. Because you getting ready to get caught with your pants down, like the Apostle Paul likes to say, stop sleeping with in your underwear, man. Because you might get dragged out in your underwear, and that's a lot of people gonna get caught with in their underwears, man, because they sleeping.
And the judgment's really coming to America. Mm-hmm. The other parts of the world's gonna get certain parts of the world's gonna get fucked up, you know, with the nukes, you know, and the chariots zapping people away. But the focus is gonna be on America, that great whore, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, so if you were not living in America, you know, count your blessings, because you at least you have a chance of not getting destroyed by missiles. But at the same time, if there's a motherfucker in your city that took a RFID chip, guess what? The scriptures in Revelation 14 say they're gonna eat a missile if they make it that far. But so you know,
it's into the lake of fire, like exactly. It says in Revelation 19.
So wherever them chips be implanted in, you know, because you know niggas in Zimbabwe that's hopping on pogo sticks, you know, they ain't gonna get no chips, bro. Them niggas is barely can get clean water. You know, so Esau not finna roll up in there and just start slapping chips on them, most likely. You know, who knows? Esau's the devil, so he could do that. But the great judgment is here in America, man. Babylon. Now you're gonna have, again, to reiterate, you're gonna have other places that are destroyed with missiles. Okay? But the 200 million missiles is coming here to America. Alright, the warheads is coming here to America. Okay, the place of great judgment. That's why the scriptures say, was it 18, that the other nations they gonna we mourn and well, because what, they gonna see it going to show you that they not gonna be destroyed, you know, or not the whole country, like China and Russia. That's a big ass country, you know, countries, you know. But what that don't take nothing from what you should be doing and focusing on though. Just because I'm not in Babylon, so shit, I can just say I'm it. All right, we can just say you're Israelite, but when the Most High senses Yahushua, right? Is that what you want to ride on? You know what I'm saying? Is that what you want? Is that really the motive you're gonna use when Yahushua come back? Well, I know I'm an Israelite. All right, things about to get bad, man, for everybody on this planet, including us. All right. Now we are exempt from the ultimate judgment. Okay. But a lot of brothers they're gonna go through things, man. Some brothers are gonna be better in better situations than others, but some brothers might be beheaded, okay, tortured, put in concentration camps, right? Have to watch your family die in front of you. These are certain things that men of the Lord will have to go through, will ultimately overcome, you know. But the point is that things is finna get bad, bro. It's just a matter of days, weeks, if not days, before shit really gets bad, man. Look at what's happening in England, man. Tonight, France just said that they sending out the military, not the military, but police department and so on and so forth. They're sending out officials to make sure motherfuckers obey the curfew because of the New Year's Eve bullshit. They don't want nobody outside partying and no group gatherings, nothing like that. It's only a matter of time before it turns up. Because America, I'm telling you, brothers just say, oh yeah, Americans got it easy because you don't live in a third world country. Look, you're going to be better off in a third world country in these last days. That's a fact. America's going to be the worst place on the earth to be at, unless you be a man of the Lord. But America's going to be the worst place to be at in these last days.
Yeah, like the brother's saying, about these other nations, specifically the EU nations. You got France doing what they're doing with the lockdowns. They closed the border too. I think they reopened with the UK. But now you have that new strain of so-called Crown Royal, coming up out on the shelves right now. And it first popped up in Colorado. And now they're saying, now in Florida and California.
In New York.
And New York, you see? So
it's a new strain. What do you mean? What does that even mean? It's a new strain of COVID. So what they're telling you is the vaccine you morons already got, it was useless.
Yep.
Because the nigga already tested positive for it, but now there's a new strain. Come on, this is a shit show. So if you believe anything on the news, well, of course, they'll give you some truth on the news. I'm not gonna say everything on the news is fake, but it is fake news. At the end of the day, Trump, I agree with Trump with that. But they'll throw out, truth out there. But how you measuring the times? Through the word of the Lord. That's the difference between people that just like these whistleblowers and Alex Jones, what's the other dude that be doing the videos, Jason A. Look, they might put up a scripture here and there on the video. They don't understand the prophecies, man. They can't break down who the beast is. They don't know. And for you, because people say, the mark of the beast. Okay, well, what's the beast? Them, these Christians that say, oh yeah, the mark of the beast is legit. Okay, what's the beast? Oh, it's the system, man. What system? It's the system, man. It's the man. What man? So they really can't. They got which a lot of those guys might be Jake at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, it's only given unto the prophets to understand these mysteries, man. We the only ones that can tell you exactly what's going on right now. All right, we can tell you where, like you pointing out an article in the news or whatever. We're gonna go through the scripture and show you where it's at, and let you know that the Lord said this before it happened. Right? So, hey, just read a couple more. Get a couple more, and then we'll close out.
All right. This is Matthew 24 and verse 44. It says, "Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh."
There you go. Be ready, man. And that comes with being diligent, being circumspect, measuring the times diligently. Okay, being on your what's it say? How scripture say? Being on your watch. All right, a watchman that nigga asleep, man. You gotta kill this nigga. He's useless. His only job was to just look, watch, and if you fell asleep, there's no use for you. Okay, because that's what the prophets of the Lord, beginning with our elder apostles on down, have been doing for decades. Okay, and lo and behold. Beginning with our apostles, they've been telling you, look, the enemy's coming. 30 years before you even seen anything happening. 20 years before that, bro, shit really didn't start happening until 2 years ago. If really happening. I say 4 years ago, really. But really, shit popped off in 2019, 2020, and now look where we at. We about to be in 2021, and who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. Just wait till the 20th, all right? When the presidential shit about to go down. This I'm telling you, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Summer Shai, you Americans, your life is about to change in a big way, even more than it already has. Just wait till that 20th come around, all right? You're gonna see. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Summer Shai, this place is about to change, and it's gonna be for the worse. It's gonna take a change for the worse.
Yeah, I'll read 2 more. This is verse 45. It says, "Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." So being occupied in prophecy, because what else is there to be conversant in? You people are losing your jobs, losing your lifestyles, losing all the stuff we talked about in the world, all the folly and bullcrap. You got a little bit of time to catch up. Like bro said, you watch out for the 20th.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because again, at the end of the day, that's what's been taken over. Okay, the prophecy has always been taken over. Because that's ultimately what's controlling this thing, the will of Yahweh Shai. But again, this is what it is. Now is the time for our Lord to return.
They were quick. Penitence.
I looked it up.
Yeah. Hey, because the Spirit, we got some music on the background and it changes the names and the song. But this one was called Penitence. You got it?
Yeah. It says sorrow for committing sin, or for having offended with the intention of amending one's life.
That's the elect. They got the elect have the penitence because they have sorrow. The rest of the world don't have sorrow. So what? They're not gonna get the herbs of Eden. No,
before that it said the end of war.
Yeah, that's spiritual little epic music here. But hey, the moral of the story is repent or die. That's as much as we can tell you. Look, and for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and for you Israelites that are scattered abroad, whatever you may look like, whatever nationality you think you come from, whether it be China, Africa, Czechoslovakia, whatever it may be. If your spirit resonate with this, listen, you need to take heed and do something about it. Believe, all right? Because that's what it's going to come down to if you really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Because there's going to be certain people that don't do works, but they're going to be part of the 1/3 because they believe. Leave the works up to the professionals, so to say, right? You don't hire a nigga that don't know shit about plumbing to come change your damn toilet. You don't hire somebody that flips burgers at Burger King to come change your shower head. So leave the prophesying to the prophets, okay? If you're not a prophet, then don't be discouraged. You're not a teacher, don't be discouraged. Just believe. Have faith in Yahweh Shai. Believe us. Because we telling you the words that we've been given through Yahweh Shai. And he gave us the words from Yahweh. So this is going to be the time of the trial is coming very soon. Your faith will be tried very soon. Right? The hour of temptation is at hand. We're seeing it's happening before our very eyes. The stage is being set, and it's only a matter of time, okay, before you are presented with life and death. So ultimately, just believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, truth and sincerity. So anybody? So with that, Lord's willing, this was edifying and exhorting. We want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
The honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutation and much love to you, Akim out there, pushing out his word, truth and sincerity. Shalom.